Yes, this has been on my list for such a long time. Um, Lanlin has said that they've been waiting for this their entire life, and Anna says, "I can't believe this is happening." Um, yeah, it's finally happening. We're finally here. I feel like it's been a long, long time coming that I play Disco Elysium. I put a little poll out on Twitter because there are a few games that I'm interested in playing. So it was between Silent Hill 2, the remake, and Control, and Disco Elysium, and Disco Elysium won by a landslide. You guys have really, really wanted me to play this game, so I'm finally giving into peer pressure and playing this game. So I'm super excited. I have managed, and I'm very happy about this, to really not have any prior information about this game. All I know is that it's an RPG, it's an indie, and it potentially has some overt political themes. That's all I really know. I think I know that you play the cop, which I'm usually, as you guys know, not necessarily a fan of, but obviously that can be done in an interesting and critical way. So I'm sure that we're going to have tons to talk about today. Faye said that I would have a field day with it. Yeah, I'm sure that I will have a field day with it. I feel like up until this point, it hasn't really been valid for me to call myself a left-wing, game critic, because I hadn't yet played Disco Elysium. Today I finally become a communist games critic, so I'm glad that you could be here for that moment. It's a very special moment. Okay, let's get comfy. Have a look at these settings. Oh, okay, we got some text size options. You know I'm always a big fan of that. Obviously, as a general accessibility thing, I think it should always be there, but me personally, I cannot tell you how much it ruins my experience of an entire game when the text size is too small and I just can't read it. Shit pisses me off. So I'm gonna go for the big one. This game is so English, so literature. That's a bit of me. That's my whole jam. I have heard, so I've mentioned to you guys that in the background we're working on a project about a political angle on and deep dive into David Lynch's influence on video games. And Disco Elysium is one of the ones that I wanted to check out in general, but to check out for that as well, because I've heard that it's arguably Lynchian. I've heard some people describe it as Lynchian. I think some of the developers have some influence from David Lynch, so I'm quite curious about that aspect as well, and how it plays into the potential political themes of this. Okay, full all voice dialogue, voiceover mode. So there's a few different voiceover modes. Okay, I'm gonna have it completely voiced because when I'm streaming, I find that really useful. It's cool and interesting that there are options. I've never seen options in a game for that before, so that's interesting. As a streamer, as any of you who've ever streamed a visual novel or something like that before will know, you get quite your voice gets worn out quite quickly from reading a lot on top of as a streamer you're trying to talk all the time and be engaging and stuff, so helpful to have that there. Make reading easier for those with dyslexia. I'm not sure why that's unavailable in Chinese, but I'm going to put on dyslexic font so that any of our dyslexic viewers can hopefully enjoy reading along with me. Vibration on. Tutorial agent gives new players unsolicited advice. Untick the box to set some boundaries. That's funny. It's like therapy speak in the title, in the settings menu. I've never played this before, so I'm going to keep it on for now. Detective mode. With detective mode active, interactable objects and characters in the game are automatically highlighted with a light border when the player character approaches them. Okay, so hints about what you can interact with. I'm going to leave that on again because I'm not here to give myself a harder time than necessary. Hardcore mode is existentially difficult. Checks are harder and healing items are more expensive. Choose your clothes and thoughts widely for your sweat and toil. Tasks reward a small amount of extra XP. I will not be doing that. Streamer mode. Huzzah! Streamer mode replaces certain copyrighted pieces of music with alternative tracks. Gotta turn that on. Quick look at the controls. I never learn well this way by like looking at a control menu. I just don't internalize it that way. So I will probably just learn as we go. Hi Yabo75, first time chatter. Welcome to the stream. The voices are amazing in this game. I can't wait to hear them. Okay, cool. What is collage? It's a collage content policy. It's like some kind of creative mode where you can like make your own shit. Collage is irrelevant for now. Yeah, it does seem that way. This mode contains spoilers. We're leaving. Okay. Glad for the warning, both in the stream chat and in the game. You've beaten this 6 times. You played this game 6 times. Damn. Okay. So select archetype. Okay. Can I just say off the bat, I'm really enjoying the art. I think the art is really cool. Excited to see more of that. Okay, so what do we got? Thinker, extremely intelligent, very bad with people, knows interesting facts, comes up with original ideas. I always find that to be an interesting trope, and I know there's a lot of discussion around like an autism trope of like the autistic savant who like is very knowledgeable in certain areas, like super intelligent but like not emotionally intelligent, and I have a lot of feelings about that, but we'll see if it comes up. 5 intelligence, 1 physical, 2... What is FYS? And what is MOT? 4 MOT? I don't know what those are. Sensitive, very psychological, a magnetic personality, but unstable. Might begin to lose his mind. Okay. Physical, extremely physical. Interacts with the world through his body. Gets things done, but dumb as a rock. Very, very interesting. Hi, Super Dragon Queen. Yes, I selected dyslexia font because I'm not personally dyslexic, but I would like for people who are dyslexic to be able to enjoy some dyslexia-friendly font. Hold on a sec. Sorry, the sun was in my eyes, so I'm just adjusting my lighting back here. FYS is physicality, as in strength. Oh, I see. So, right, and actually the other one is psi, as in like psychology. Oh my god, no, stop it. David Lynch reference spotted already. I might have to choose this one because of the David Lynch reference. Inland Empire, so for people who don't know, Inland Empire was David Lynch's last feature film. It was in the early noughties, I think Inland Empire came out. His longest and possibly most surreal film. Definitely his most surreal film. I've only seen it the one time, and I've been thinking I need to rewatch it like a bunch to kind of process it a bit more. I think I found it like one of the most challenging films I've ever seen, period, but definitely like his most challenging film. So anyway, yeah, David Lynch reference spotted already. Okay, Psy is Psyche. Thank you guys for letting me know. And what is MOT? Do you know what that is? Oh, motorics or dexterity. Okay. I know that, okay. I know that usually in tabletops, DEX is what you get for dexterity, so I wonder why they chose not to use that word, but I'm not like a very experienced tabletop player. I've been meaning to try and get involved with like tabletop groups for a long time, but it's just never really happened. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, I think you should create your own. Okay, yeah, I think I might possibly create my own, but I don't know. I feel like I'm playing it for the first time and I don't know what I'm doing, so yeah. Okay, creating my own could be a better idea, because I feel like, I don't know, I do feel like often when I have to choose stats, I'm a bit, I do a bit less of like committing entirely in one area than like some of the pre-existing builds do. But equally, I'm just kind of curious about like a certain gameplay experience, so I'm a bit torn. I'm kind of drawn to the idea of playing the sensitive archetype. I'm intrigued by what this like losing his mind business is all about. So there is part of me that kind of wants to go with that out of curiosity. But I don't know, do you guys think it's a better idea to create my own for first playthrough, or to just follow that instinct, pick one and go with it? Oh, thank you for redeeming Hydrate, Soup Dragon Queen. Okay, this explains it, so that's something. Intellect, raw brain power, how smart you are. Psyche, sensitivity, how emotionally intelligent you are. Physique, your musculature, how strong you are. Motorics, your senses, how agile you are. Something that I think it could be interesting to discuss on the channel for another time. So for people who are new, welcome to the Game Assist community. I know that we've got some new chatters, potentially new viewers today. Game Assist is a community which is about kind of promoting like left-wing political education within games. We primarily make video essays on YouTube. If you type in the command !YouTube, you should be able to pull up the link to our YouTube channel. We make video essays about political issues in games, and I don't know if it's like a potential video essay topic of its own, and I would be interested in your opinion about this, B, because you recently joined the team, and you are much more experienced with tabletop than I am, and like much more knowledgeable about that than I am, but I guess like one of my like hesitations is always like I mean, I've played a lot of like video game RPGs in my time. I think there's always something intrinsically uncomfortable about this system of like assigning a quantitative stat to different attributes. Like, I understand it in terms of obviously like how the mechanics of RPGs and especially TTRPGs work. Like, I totally get that. Like when I was growing up and playing RPGs, like older Fallout games and things like that, it would very much have like a, you know, like the special stats system in Fallout and stuff like that. So, but I mean, there is something like inherently like troubling about that in terms of the like possible like eugenic leanings of it, like how it leans towards things like I don't know, legitimizing like things like IQ, which is like quantifying your intellect, or the idea of like logical intellect as opposed to emotional intellect and physicality, and also like the kind of mind body separation and the emotional and logical separation and like things like that. And I think it's very troubling in that way. So I often find myself in a screen like this and I'm already talking a bunch because it already is making me feel like, you know, uncomfortable assigning stats like this. It always does. The idea of stats in games are so interesting to me, says B, especially stats where you're led to believe they do something and they do nothing. The tabletop roots in video games are fascinating. Yeah, legitimizing things like IQ. I have so many sources. Okay, so people have written about that before. There's this game called Fatal that's about that, and it's a lot. Okay, interesting. Yeah, anyway, just something to point out. Right, so yeah, I think the idea of physique and motorics and is quite interesting. Do I want to be stronger or more agile? I don't know. I think maybe I'm just gonna do average across the board. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know. It's always my instinct to be like, oh, I want to be kind of like well-rounded. Even though I feel like part of the role-playing experience is that like different characters have different strengths and weaknesses. But I feel like it's always my instinct to average things out. I guess maybe I don't really know who I am or what the world is or what I'm role-playing yet, so sometimes I'm like, you know, I don't know how to like get into a character's head or like who I want to play yet. Sorry for being so indecisive already at the get-go. Okay, what I'm actually gonna do is I think I might custom build something similar to sensitive. So, hold on. Yeah, I think I'm going to lean Psyche. A bit more. Do I want to commit to being... Yeah, maybe I do want like a higher stat in one of the physical attributes. Okay. Let's go with this for now. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna commit to that. Okay, before I get into, because I assume that once I click through all of this, it's going to take me to the game proper and we're going to start getting into it. Just a quick reminder for people who already know and new information for people who are new to the channel. We have an ongoing fundraiser for medical aid for Palestinians. You might be able to see the fundraising bar at the top of the screen. Our current fundraising goal is £2,000, and we're about £225 away from that. And every little helps. Yeah, this is an ongoing fundraiser. We mention it every stream. If you're able to, you can afford to donate and you would like to donate, then every little helps. And if you'd like to pull up the link to our fundraiser, then you can type in the command !Palestine in the chat to pull up the link to our fundraiser. If you do donate, please let me know in the chat so that I can thank you and give you a shout out, because with my setup, I won't be able to hear the little donation ping, but I would like to thank you if you do donate. Yeah. Let's get into the game. Oh, actually, there was more. Ha! That was anticlimactic. Set skill. Hi, Aeon. I'm okay. I'm still feeling a bit unwell. So doing more streaming this week so that I can have some hangout time with you lovely people and enjoy a video game together. Okay. So how many signature skills can you choose? I love the art, by the way. This is so cool. Let's look at Psyche first. Volition. Hold yourself together. Keep your morale up. Inland Empire. I almost have to choose this one on account of David Lynch. Hunches and gut feelings. Dreams in waking life. Oh, I gotta choose that. I think the decision is almost already made. Empathy. Understand others. Work your mirror neurons. Oh, that's tempting as well, though. Intimidate the public. Assert yourself. Interesting. It should be said, though, and this is already really interesting, because if I'm playing as a cop, then, again, I don't know anything about this game, but if I'm playing as a cop, then this is already invoking for me the idea that, like, obviously, as we've talked about a lot on the channel before, like, all police officers are agents of the state and they're all complicit in upholding, like, violent systems in our society, but there are many different tools and methods for doing this, and sometimes they're not just, like, violence and intimidation, but they might be kind of manipulative. They might make themselves seem like they're your friends, like they're the good guys. And so that actually made me second guess myself and be like, maybe I don't want to be the kind of police officer that would, I mean, I don't want to be a police officer, period, but there's something, I don't know, there's something worse somehow about ones who try to be your friends. Esprit de corps. Connect to Station 41, understand cop culture. Oh, fuck. I don't like the sound of that. Charm men and women. Play the puppet master. Okay, interesting. So a lot of RPGs that I've played before have some kind of special skill where you can charm either men or women. So again, I've been a huge Fallout player growing up, and there's like two different things that you can get. I think I always play as a woman, obviously, and the name of the perks is different if you're playing as a man. But I think Black Widow is the one where you can charm men, and Chercher la Femme is the one where you can charm women, and you can get either or both in like Fallout 3 New Vegas. So you can kind of like role play your character's sexuality in that way as well, but also it's like a manipulation perk, so it's very, there's a lot to unpack there. But they've just said men and women, so bisexuality for nefarious purposes, special skill. Okay, for physique we have endurance, take the blows, don't let the world kill you. Pain threshold, shrug off the pain, they'll have to hurt you more. Flex powerful muscles, enjoy healthy organs. Physical instrument. Electrochemistry, go to party planet, love and be loved by drugs. Okay. I don't have good feelings about that. Shivers, raise the hair on your neck, tune into the city. Ooh. Okay, chat is saying Shivers is my favorite. Shivers is great. I printed out Shivers art and I'm looking at hanging on my wall at RN, so agreed, it's great. Okay. Half-light, let the body take control. Threaten people. Okay. I find it interesting. So Shivers is kind of resonating with Inland Empire for me. And again, there's something interesting to note about, I don't know how many people in chat have seen Twin Peaks before, but obviously Twin Peaks is like David Lynch's most known work, and famously one of the main characters is a FBI agent who... I think one of the special things about that show is that it's not like a procedural drama in like the traditional sense, and it doesn't approach this idea of like investigating murder in the traditional like rationalist sense, and instead the FBI agent, and there is obviously like propaganda in Twin Peaks, and that's part of the issue, but this FBI agent investigates the murder of Laura Palmer through his relationship to the supernatural. So he uses like the interpretation of dreams and of mysteries, like supernatural mysteries, to kind of like lead him to the answers about these murders. And it's very powerful in spite of all the propaganda, because it raises, I guess it's part of how Twin Peaks is so effective at kind of conveying this idea that the murder of Laura Palmer is not just about the killing of this one girl, it's about this profound evil that permeates the world that we live in. Like, it's an evil of a spiritual and otherworldly nature, and also of a very material and very patriarchal nature at the same time. And yeah, one of the fascinating things is the way that the murder is investigated not through kind of logic and deduction and kind of Western rationality, but through intuition and dream logic and all of that kind of stuff. It seems that the options that the game is giving me feel like there's a couple that's related to intuition and dream logic and things like that, and there are some that are related to intimidation and authority and violence in that way. And then there are, I don't know what other categories I would define there, but those are some quite interesting themes that are coming up. Hand-eye coordination, ready, aim and fire, perception, see, hear and smell everything, let no detail go unnoticed. The quickest to react, an untouchable man, reaction speed. Savoir-faire, sneak under their noses, stun with immense panache. Master machines, pick locks and pockets, straighten your back, keep your poker face. Composure. Oh, hi, Gazebo Kids. I'm working, so I'll mostly be lurking. However, I hope you enjoy Disco Elysium. It is the game of all time. I've been hearing that. The game is like Twin Peaks, but instead of profound evil, it's like neoliberalism, arguably the same thing. Yeah, arguably the same thing. And yeah, I'll save some thoughts to go in like more depth in the project that we're working on for the channel. But I would argue that the profound spiritual evil that lurks in the woods in Twin Peaks is also the patriarchy. So it is like a deeply political evil. There are certainly like limitations to how Twin Peaks presents it, again because of the propaganda, and like a genuine, sincere, I think, appreciation for or like belief, trust in like the system, which is I guess that is kind of ironic, but yeah. Okay, intellect, we've got logic, wield raw intellectual power, deduce the world. Encyclopedia, call upon your knowledge, produce fascinating trivia. Okay, just me hyperfixating on things. Rhetoric, practice the art of persuasion, enjoy rigorous intellectual discourse, also me. Drama, play the actor, lie and detect lies. Conceptualization, understand creativity, see art in the world. Oh, that's cool. Visual calculus, reconstruct crime scenes, make laws of physics work for the law. I don't want to do that. I think that if I can only choose one skill, then I think my destiny is to choose Inland Empire, because I have to follow the David Lynch path. I also like Encyclopedia and Interfacing because of their nerd factor, but I can't say if they're the best for signature. I chose Encyclopedia, it's basically just world building being thrown at you all the time. Cool. Well, I might be interested in some of the other ones some other time for sure, but I think I have to follow my David Lynch destiny. So we have to go with Inland Empire. The Furies are at home in the mirror. It is their address. Even the clearest water, if deep enough, can drown.
There is nothing. Only warm, primordial blackness. Your conscious ferments in it. No larger than a single grain of malt. You don't have to do anything anymore.
Wow, I didn't know they were going to be British. Ancient reptilian brain speaking. Okay.
Ever.
Okay.
Never, ever.
Okay. Simply keep on non-existing.
An inordinate amount of time passes. It is utterly void of struggle. No ex-wives are contained within it.
Yeah, I'm enjoying this voice acting so far, for sure. No ex-wives. Utterly void of struggle. I don't know if I'm going to be someone who agrees that nothingness is great. So I'm gonna ask a question. What was that about the X something?
An awareness creeps up on you. A mass lies hidden in your dead angle, soaking in some lurid acidic sauce. It's bloated and shameful. A ball of meat surrounding you. This is a terrible line of questioning, and it will only lead to more awareness of the meat thing.
Oh no, I just bit of the fruit of knowledge. Nah, I want to know about the X something. Let's do it. This is the story of creation. I am Eve. I'll be lurking mostly because I'm cleaning and getting some work done. No problem, Aeon. Enjoy your lurk. Happy to have you here.
Ex-love, ex-tenderness. It is foolish of you to resurface to the loss. Not after all the damage you've suffered to get here. Some of it irreversible. Stay. Sail with me through the abyss of pelagic zone.
Allons-y, never let me go. Or, no, I want to get off now. I like pain and burning light and wanting things from people who don't want to give them to me. I'm gonna choose that one.
Do you really?
Don't bite. I can speak today. Don't be naive, of course not. I want to sail the inky blackness until it forever ends. No, I do. Let me off.
You wouldn't like it if I told you what was back there. Why'd you think you had to bludgeon yourself into oblivion? Or did you not sense yourself marinating? Hoard so much on yourself. Got a bit carried away, did we, Chef?
Okay, I don't know why my limbic system is speaking to me, but whatever. What is a limbic system again? The word is familiar. Let me do a quick Google. Limbic system. That's right. The limbic system, I knew it was a biology thing. Is a set of brain structures located on both sides of the thalamus, immediately beneath the medial temporal lobe, blah blah blah. Its various components support a variety of functions, including emotion, behavior, long-term memory, etc. Cool, so it's part of your brain. Truly, if the primordial soup was barbecue sauce, I don't know if I would pick barbecue sauce to be my primordial soup. Oh god, you know what I would choose? I would probably choose toom. Chat, let me know what sauce or soup. What soup or sauce would you want to be your primordial soup? Because I could go with toom, because I'm trying to think if anything is better than toom, but I don't think it is. So for people who don't know, toom is like a Middle Eastern garlic sauce. It's the most delicious, most incredible garlic sauce you have ever had in your life. It's so fucking good. My primordial soup would be pho. That's a very good choice. That's a very, very good choice. Dr. Pepper would be yours, Yellow 75. Okay. Each to their own. Pho, unfortunately, I don't think is as fun a time for me since being vegetarian, because I do think that it's better with meat in it. But it's still delicious, you know.
Fear and apprehension. You should ask what's out there first.
Inland Empire, easy, success. Okay. Looks like some RPG things are happening already. You should ask what's out there first. Wait, I did this to myself? Tell me what's waiting for me. I don't care. I'm an idiot. A brave idiot. No, I'm not going to say that one. I know what's waiting for me, or I have some idea of what's waiting for me, but I'm curious about the fact that I did this to myself.
Yes, your one disco mother.
Okay. Tell me what's waiting for me.
There's this giant ball there. And evil apes. And the evil apes are juking it out on the ball. You're one of them. It's basically all just evil apes juking it out on a giant
Wow, it's just like that Tool song. Right Into, song by Tool. I think one of the lyrics is, like, repeated lyrics is like, monkey killing monkey over pieces of the ground. It's a banger, by the way. Anyone who likes prog rock or metal, check it out. I love Tool. It's a basic bitch opinion because every like metalhead loves Tool, but pho is probably the reason I haven't gone vegan yet, to the dismay of my partner. I don't know, it's understandable. It's understandable. Honestly, right now, purpose sauce, I'm something my eggs. I'm something my eggs and that stuff at the moment. What are you... I'm sorry, the order of those words is really confusing me, Gazebo Kids. Oh, I'm smothering my eggs in that stuff at the moment. I was like, what? Okay, what is all-purpose sauce? Oh my god. I missed the all. I don't think I've ever had all-purpose sauce. I've never heard of that in my life. I don't know if I trust it, but I do trust you. You do have incredible taste in food, so. How big is the bowl? How small are the apes? My primordial soup is purpose sauce. I know, right?
Infinitesimally small. You can't even make
How big is
out
the
it's a
ball?
ball when you're joking it out. It's that large.
And this duking it out I keep hearing about. What's that?
Vying for resources. It's just a stupid expression you picked up somewhere. The part of the presentation you want to take home with you is this. You have to beat the other evil apes in the face. Or you lose.
Okay, so duking it out is expressed as vying for resources, which is interesting because I think sometimes, obviously, that kind of like theme and how it's expressed in certain media is like ends up taking a neoliberal lens, but it's obviously resource extraction reminds me of capitalism right away, so interested in that. You have to beat the other evil apes in the face or you lose. That's sad.
Yes, it is. And you drowned in that sadness a long time ago.
What do you mean drowned?
You lost.
Okay, before I open my eyes. All-purpose sauce is a Filipino sauce. It's like savory, a little sweet, a bit garlicky. It's just so good. Oh, that sounds amazing. Okay, that does sound amazing. Good choice. Okay, I am unfortunately a man. This magnum-sized bottle of Commodore Red is empty. Looks like someone tore out the tape while the song was playing. Is there a way for me to... Yeah, okay. Cool. This reel-to-reel tape player is still rolling... is still on, rolling empty. Shoes. Green shoe, left foot. Okay, I could probably do with another shoe, right? Let's... put my trousers on. That'll be good. Okay, how do I open my inventory? There we go, I think. No, put the pants back on. And the one shoe. Okay. Pretty cowboy-looking boots. Highly recommend all-purpose sauce. Your local Asian supermarket will probably have it. Just that on eggs and toast has been serving me well recently. That sounds great. I have been sick with a stomach bug, which has been like so tragic because I just can't really eat anything at the moment. Like, I just have to be eating like bland food, and then my stomach is just getting upset.
The window stands broken in its frame. Cold wind blows in.
The window stands broken. It is very cold. Look out. Visual calculus. Easy. Assess the damage. Okay. Let's roll to assess damage.
The shards face outward. Whatever broke this window came from the inside.
Did I break it with my own hands? Look at them.
A fine web of scarring covers the back of your right hand, but none of it is recent.
Oh my gosh! £100 donation from Anonymous. Thank you so much. That's so generous. Oh, thank you so much. And thank you, Gazebo Kids, for pointing out that we got a donation. £100. Thank you so much. Whoever donated that. That's incredibly generous. And that puts us a lot closer to our goal, which is really exciting. When we reach our £2,000 goal, we are going to do a giveaway. Game Assist team should probably reconvene so that we remember what giveaway we're doing at £2,000. But way back when, we got like a bunch of codes from some indie developers to gift to people in giveaways as part of our fundraising efforts, which is very thoughtful and very kind and very awesome. So when we reach £2,000, there will be a giveaway happening and people in chat can take part in that, which is exciting. That puts us £124.02 away from our goal. Thank you so much for the donation. Okay. A fine web of scarring covers the back of your right hand, but none of this is recent. What did this then?
More likely a projectile than a held object. There are no fragments on the floor from pulling a tool back in after impact. It is too large for a bullet, yet too small for a piece of furniture. You're looking for something heavy and larger than your fist. The single green shoe you found fits the hole almost as well as your foot. It would have also been heavy enough if thrown with force.
Okay.
Congratulations. You smashed the window with your own shoe. Now you only have one. If you're lucky, you could still find the other one on the balcony outside. The door to it should be outside your room.
Also, not trying to like make assumptions, but this voice actor sounds like he might be Black British, which is cool and exciting if so. I don't know how often we get to see Black British representation in games, because I feel like a lot of the Black representation in video games is like Black American, which is fine, but obviously it's cool to see Black British people working on games. So awesome. Okay, he is. Yeah, that's cool. Lenville Brown, the dude rules. That's awesome. I like his voice and I like his acting. Okay, alright. I should go and get that shoe, to be honest. I put myself in this situation and I need to get myself out of it.
A cool wind gushes in. Your toes curl up from the cold.
Lalin, I think you were saying that this game is a little unwieldy on a console. What do you mean by that? Okay, so that's the window.
This fan has two chain pull switches. One ends in a tiny fan, the other in a light bulb. A truly horrific necktie has somehow attached itself to one of the blades.
Oh, did I try to kill myself? Oh, cool. Lenville Brown, the voice actor that we're hearing, did a live stream a while ago to fundraise for a Palestinian family. That's really cool.
Or has it been consigned there as punishment? You feel as though this creature is your friend and wants to reattach itself to your neck so that you may continue your adventures together in this strange world.
I love Inland Empire, I have to say. Shocking absolutely no one. Savoir-faire. This is a white check, so you may retry it. Okay, interesting. Well, this friend does want to reattach itself to my neck so that we may continue our adventures together in this strange world, so let's try to grab it.
You swoop up and catch the tie. Snap. It's released from the blade. Warning, warning, the necktie is no longer contained. What you have in your hand is a fantastically colourful tie with 4 or 5 different patterns. The knot reminds you of a noose.
I'm not sure why I would pull on the fan or the light bulb. So maybe I'll come back to it. I've only played on PC, but I'm noticing you have to like tab through all of the interactables nearby to get the one you want instead of just hovering your mouse and clicking. Yeah, you are right. I don't really mind, but I can see how that might be a potentially smoother experience on PC.
A mirror hangs above a bent and broken sink. In a fierce discharge of masculine energy, someone has ripped half the faucet off.
Okay, whatever. Masculine energy, I guess it is.
Hot water sprays from the base and steam covers the mirror. You cannot see yourself, just the outline of a man. Suddenly, you realize you have no memory of the face that awaits you there, underneath the soft vapor. As you slowly reach your hand towards the surface of the mirror.
Sorry, I wiped the mirror. I will try to read the things I'm selecting.
Abort. You clearly have not thought this through. You won't like what you see there, and you will never unbecome it.
Maybe I should touch it first to make sure there's nothing wrong with my face.
Yeah, there is definitely something wrong with it.
How bad could it be?
Where to even begin? There is the bloatedness, then the swollenness. It's like there's an upholstery of alcohol underneath your skin.
I'm sure everything is fine. Touch your nose.
It's not. Your nose feels like a small balloon in the middle of your face. It hurts when you honk it. It doesn't appear to be a particularly tiny nose either. Not with all the drinks it's absorbed for you.
At least my tongue is okay. Touch your tongue.
It's not. It's swollen and snail-like, wriggling between your fingers.
I'm going to wipe the mirror now.
Behold.
It's just a guy.
You have no idea who this thing is, do you?
This is the face of a late-stage alcoholic.
Too late. You clearly have rigor mortis on your face. Oh wait, is that an expression? Are you trying to make an expression with that face? Why?
I have no idea why it's there. It just is.
Please stop. It's horrible. You're scaring yourself.
Okay, try to stop.
Oh my God. You can't stop. It's like it's not even voluntary anymore. You have worn that grin into your face and now it won't come off. What does it even mean? What is the emotion you're trying to convey?
Superstardom. God, I don't know. It's indescribable. I think it's supposed to look suggestive. I'm afraid it's meant for the ladies. I'm insinuating that I'm vaguely sympathetic. I think I'm sort of pulling it off too, in a sad has-been kind of way. There's some charm to it. It's an expression of pain. Why do I feel like I'm in a Sartre novel right now? It's an expression of pain.
You are correct.
Oh, I'm correct. Nice. Okay, +5 experience points. Nice. Okay. Encyclopedia, formidable. Dig deep into your mind to locate the source of the expression. Electrochemistry, impossible. Attempt to stop the expression from happening. I don't think it's worth trying that. Oh, Gazebo Kid says, you know, they actually changed this portrait for the director's cut and they honestly made him look a bit too good. The original is definitely more off-putting. I'd like to see the original, so if anyone wants to share that in the Game Assist Discord server, then you'd be very welcome. I think the tiny image in the bottom left-hand corner is definitely a lot more off-putting than this one. He looks fine. He looks like a guy. He's a bit red-nosed. He's definitely an alcoholic, but he's, you know, he's fine. Okay. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna try doing an electrochemistry check, so I'm going to do an encyclopedia check, and anyway, I think I'm more interested in finding out the source of the expression rather than stopping the expression from happening. So, here we go.
Like the rest of you, it comes from a bad place somewhere in the past. That's all you know for now.
Okay, failed the encyclopedia check. Let the mirror be for now. You see bottles in the bathtub, wine, beer, and sweet liqueurs.
You hear a jingle. Keys are clinking in the pocket of your flare-cut pants.
Fish them out.
It says, whirling in rags, on the aluminium key ring. There is a single key on the ring. The number 1 is etched on it. It should open the door.
Okay, well, that's good, I guess. Which door is my question? Because it looked like there's a door in here that's not good. Can you turn the tap off? Is that something you can do? Oh, hold on. A shirt! Thank God. I was like, I really don't want to have to be some kind of cringy fucking guy who just wears a blazer with no shirt. Thank God for that. Okay, yeah, that door seems to not be an option, so let's try the front door, I guess. I would also like to turn off the tape player, but I I guess I can't, so let's get the door. Oh, hello. There's something on the table. 0 degrees centigrade, black ice warning, blah blah blah. Oh god.
Hello, officer.
Thank god for degrees centigrade. Sorry you guys, I just like, I can't stand how many American games I have to play and everyone's talking about Fahrenheit. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck a Fahrenheit is. A woman.
The young woman raises a cigarette to her lips.
Officer, am I military personnel? Turn your bloated face away from her beauty and just keep on walking. Okay, well, that seems... Once again, I'm torn between, like, not wanting to disturb a woman because I'm playing as a man. And trying to make conversation and learning more about characters. So, officer, am I military personnel?
No.
I think her name is Klasje. I don't know how to pronounce that, so apologies if I'm mispronouncing her name. Miss Orange Disco Dancer.
There's only one solution to this. You're a businessman.
Klazia? Okay, thank you for correcting me. I don't really love either of these options, hold on. I don't know, I guess then why did you call me an officer?
Because you're a police officer, sir.
Does he not remember? You're shitting me.
I'm not. Unless you've been shitting us all this time.
All this time?
You've been here for 3 days. On official police business, no less.
And what business is that?
Couldn't say. In truth, so far, mostly drinking.
Okay. Why don't I remember being a cop or anything else? Who in their right mind would let me be an officer of the law? Suggestion. Try the expression on her. Let her know you want her physically. I will not be doing that. I mean, I think that the question, who in their right mind would let me be an officer of the law, is self-evident. Because terrible men be police officers all the time. Why don't I remember being a cop or anything else?
Could it be because of the drinking?
She raises an eyebrow. The cigarette sizzles.
Don't be so harsh on yourself. They let almost anyone be a police officer.
So that was the response to who in their right mind would let me be an officer of the law.
A glib remark. Don't let it stand. Assert yourself.
Actually, I can see why they would entrust me with the law. I have the right character. I'm gonna go with better let it go. Say nothing. You rip on him to your heart's content, lady.
Retreat is not a winning tactic.
I should get going now.
Of course. Be careful, officer. They don't like the police around here.
I don't like the police either. Klazia has a very Laura Dern in Twin Peaks The Return kind of energy to her.
She looks back at you, a light glinting off her eyes.
Goodbye.
Okay. Looks like she left a nice long stub in the ashtray. It's still smoking. If you decide to try it on, he fucks it up and says, "I want to have fuck with you," and is absolutely humiliated. Yeah, fair enough. I mean, and I'd love to see a man humiliated and terrorized, but equally, I didn't want to make her uncomfortable, so...
You should pick that fat, juicy cigarette butt from the tray, light it up, and smoke the living shit out of it.
Am I a smoker?
Who knows what you are? A monster, a murderer, the gnome of Jeroma? You feel like a smoker, especially when you look at that juicy, succulent, seductive cigarette stub, still smoldering delicious.
What a way to talk about a cigarette stub. But she broke it at the filter. I can't smoke that.
How very astute of you. This renders it ineffectual. You should look for a whole cigarette, or better yet, an entire pack. Strike that. A carton. Make sure they're all healthy and able-bodied. Then smoke them all.
The idea seems to make your neck expand. Suddenly, the garish tie feels very snug.
Horrific necktie. Wow, okay.
Like a cat rubbing itself against its owner's calves. A cat that wants you to smoke a lot. Or you could not do that. No one is making you.
Yes, I should do that. I should enthusiastically do that. I should not do that. I should not do that. I'll make it priority 1, or, well, I'll think about it.
Good. Thinking about yummy cigarettes in your mouth is the next best thing. Make sure you think about juicy sticks of tobacco all the time, though. It doesn't count if it's not all the time.
I really don't like the way you're talking about cigarettes right now.
And when you're done thinking about them, graduate to getting them. Plus, smoking them gives massive bonuses.
Smoking them gives massive... What kind of bonuses would I get from smoking?
The door is closed. There is no answer. You hear the shower being turned on somewhere inside.
Sorry, I knocked on the door.
A tremendous loneliness comes over you. Everybody in the world is doing something without you.
Swallow the emotion.
The door is closed.
Damn, this game is kind of hitting me a little bit where it hurts, I'm not gonna lie. Whatever.
Still no answer.
Knock again, much harder.
Still nothing. This door can only be opened with a key or from the inside.
This is the weekend edition of a satirical newspaper, Tremblement. You only get the line, "I want to have fuck with you," if you decide to pester a pretty lady having a smoke with sexual advances, so I don't blame you for not trying. Yeah. Sometimes it's worth missing out on the content. summer door closed for the winter. A big old karaoke mic just waiting for someone to sing into it. This is where the lyrics would be. The speaker is connected to the radio. The music is seasoned with static. I don't know what that is, but sure. Nosafed healing item. Okay. This is a water cooler. A large bubble is rising to the surface. The soft purr of an electric juicer comes from the kitchen. Someone is working. The menu has been wiped clean. Only the word Monday is written on it. This royal pinball machine is unplugged. A bottle of rum has been knocked over. Beautiful dark liquid is spilling out. Sleeping dock worker. A man is sleeping at the table wearing mud-caked boots and rolled down overalls. The back of his shirt reads Wild Pines, encircled by a logo with a tree.
On the counter, rolled out of his open hand, you see a blister pack of headache medicine.
We should just steal the pills? Or wake him up. Let me try to wake him up. Physical instrument check.
You gently shake his shoulder, but nothing happens. This man could probably sleep soundly in a ship's engine room.
Okay, well, I tried. I don't think I'm gonna steal his medicine.
A bespectacled man in an orange bomber jacket is tapping his foot on the floor. Looks like he's waiting for someone. You.
Kim Kitsuragi. I'm wondering how much... It's not quite the same name, but I'm wondering how much Misato Katsuragi from Neon Genesis Evangelion has something to do with this.
As you approach, he narrows his eyes and extends his hand in greeting. If an assault were launched on this building right now, if the windows came crashing down and the whole world descended upon you, this man would hurl himself in death's way to save you.
Gay.
You are sure of this, but why?
Hold on, who is he to me?
He is your half-brother.
Ah. Shake his hand.
Hello, I'm Kim Kitsuragi, Lieutenant, Prison 57. You must be from the 41st.
His grip is firm.
You realize he's waiting for your name. This is your chance to come up with a really good name for yourself. Get creative. Conceptualize.
That's interesting. Have they never met before? Or they don't remember each other? Or that was like a premonition of what their relationship is going to be? Or what's going on? Let's try to invent a name. Do I want to do that? No, I think I... Do I want to invent my a name for myself? Or just admit that I don't know my name? I don't know who I am. It's getting very Mulholland Drive up in here. Fuck it. Yeah, let's try inventing a name for ourselves.
Raphael Ambrosius Cousteau.
It's so cool. It's very cool, but when I come off like a douche if I call myself that, it's very, very cool, but maybe just a bit too ostentatious. Or I could just say my name is Raphael Ambrosius Cousteau.
You instinctively run your hand over the multi-patterned silk of your tie. Its slickness gives you comfort and reassurance.
That's in response to it's very cool, but when I come across like a douche, if I call myself that.
Don't worry! Raphael Ambrosius Cousteau is one classy name for one classy cop.
Okay, well, I guess my name is Raphael Ambrosius Cousteau.
Yes, well,
He doesn't even process what you just said. He just moves on.
it looks like we had a little scheduling error on Sunday. Saturday too, actually. Have you had time to talk to the manager here?
You mean that guy? Nod towards the man behind the counter. I totally talked to him. No, I haven't. There must be some kind of a misunderstanding. You're taking me for someone else. No, I haven't. Kind of roll with things a little bit, which I do feel is in the spirit of the Lynchian strangeness.
Then we should ask him for a rundown of the area. Get me up to speed. I understand the scene is out back, right?
Is he French? I'm happy you failed that check. It was pretty funny. I don't know if it would be as entertaining if I had succeeded in that check, so...
It also wouldn't hurt to assure him the police are finally here. In full force, I mean. Have you mapped out the initial interviews?
Yes, the police. I'm aware I'm a policeman. What interview? I have, yes, or I haven't. What interviews?
At the 57th, we like to prepare an initial list of persons of interest, and then just skim the surface. Prepare the field, get to know the players. You don't do that? Maybe it's not an inter-district practice.
I haven't.
Okay, we'll have time for that after we take a look at the coroner's case. Have you removed the dead body from the tree?
Dead body? I don't like dead bodies. Man, you know, yeah. No. Or completely. I don't know, so I'm just gonna say dead body.
Mm-hmm.
Look, man, you know, yeah.
Does that mean the body is no longer in the tree?
No.
So, the body is still in
I
the tree?
don't know, but you wouldn't accept neither a yes or no answer, which I gotta respect.
This is the first time you detect a weariness in the lieutenant's voice. It is obvious he would have preferred for the body to no longer be in the
Wow, I'm an empath. I'm sensing that the lieutenant doesn't want the body to be in the tree. I'm sensing that because I'm an empath.
Where it has been hanging for 7 days straight. We should go there as soon as we are done talking to the owner.
But I can't remember anything.
I can see you drank last night and the night before, and that you are still drunk now. But I have seen officers go through worse. Much worse. If you need something for your headache, there is a general store nearby. But as I said, the dead body should be our #1 concern.
What if I told you I'm not really a police officer?
We all feel that way sometimes. There is no such thing as a police officer, I'm afraid. What remains is that there is a dead body in the tree. Someone has to figure out who put it there. If we don't, no one else will.
Interesting statement. There is no such thing as a police officer, I'm afraid.
But first, we have to take it down.
Let's get going then.
After you, officer.
If you're about to embark on an investigation, shouldn't you have a badge?
Wait, shouldn't I have a badge or something?
You mean you don't have a badge?
It wasn't on me when I woke up.
Losing your identification card is a serious matter. My vehicle has a shortwave. You can use it to report your badge missing. I advise you to try to locate it as quickly as possible. But getting the body down should still take precedence.
Lieutenant Kitsuragi is now in your party. You can talk to him whenever by interacting with him.
Okay, cool. So it's me, Raphael, and Kim.
Hello, sweetie.
Lena, the cryptozoologist's wife. The elderly woman turns to you with a smile.
Wait, who's Sweetie?
Who's Sweetie?
Why, you are, officer.
Maybe I am.
And have you found anyone to be sweet to?
She smiles conspiratorially. No, I'm done with mating rituals this time around. I don't know, wink. Maybe I have. I had once, wink twice, but then I lost her. I don't really want to talk about that right now. No, I'm done with mating rituals this time around.
The mating rituals aren't the good part, sweetie. I know it's none of my business, but you look like you need someone to take care of you. I suppose all of us do at one time or another. I don't know what I'd do without Morel. You must forgive me. I'm getting so scatterbrained. I completely forgot to introduce myself.
She slaps herself on the forehead. I'm curious to know whether this team is British or American, because the voice actors are seem like they might be a mixed bunch or just doing a mixed bunch of voices.
I'm Lena. My husband Morel and I are staying with our friend Gary just down the street, but I come here for tea when they're away.
Oh, cool. Or how do you say the name of their studio? I feel it's either Zaum or Zaum or Za/am. Zaum. Okay. Thank you for clarifying. Her eyes glitter over the rims of her glasses as she looks up, smiling.
This Lena is wacky enough for the moment. Hire her on the spot.
Okay, you can say, you seem to be in a chair, which is rude. How do you like to roll with me? I don't know if you've noticed, but I don't know where I am, or what I'm doing, or anything. That's fine. How do you like to roll with me?
Whatever do you mean?
I want you to be my wheelchaired partner in fighting crime, ridding backyards of corpses, catching sequence killers. Roll us some cigarettes, I'm jonesing for a smoke. Nothing, I was thinking of the lyrics to the song, Wanna Roll With Me. Fuck it. I want you to be my wheelchaired partner in fighting crime, ridding backyards of corpses, catching sequence killers.
Sequence killers? Oh my. But I think you already have a partner, sweetie.
A partner who needs you to help him get a corpse down from a tree.
Kim, of course. I forgot I had you. Rude, not saying that. I know, but there are also side mysteries, sequence killers, and forays into the paranatural. Or you're probably right, Kim. I'm gonna say... I know, but there are also side mysteries, sequence killers, and forays into the paranatural.
I can assure you, with absolute certainty, there are no sequence killings taking place in Martinez.
Where are we? That sounds like a French name, again.
Now, gentlemen, no need to squabble. I wouldn't be of much use to you anyway, sweetie.
Why? 3 heads are better than 2.
Thank you, but Martinez isn't the most wheelchair-accessible place, you see. I'd slow you down.
Oh, that sucks, Lena.
Perhaps another time.
She turns back to you with a hopeful glint in her eyes. Okay. I still think it's rude to say you seem to be in a chair, so I won't be doing that. I don't know if you've noticed, but I don't know where I am, or what I'm doing, or anything.
Yes, officer. You look rather dazed. Like a stunned fox. But surely things can't be that bad.
Her eyes follow your movements with some concern. I drank so hard I forgot literally everything.
Oh my. You know where we are, right?
We're dead, haunting each other. We're ghosts. I might say that one. Or the Whirling in Rags cafeteria. It was on my keys. I don't really know. Some seedy hotel. That seems rude. A war zone at the edge of the world. We're dead, haunting each other. We're ghosts.
Now.
She tilts her head as she looks up at you with maternal solicitude.
We are alive. In a hostel called the Whirling in Rags. And the Whirling itself is in the city of Revachol.
Honestly, I don't know diddly squat about Revachol. What kind of a place is this?
How would I even begin to tell you? Revachol is the most beautiful city in the world. We're fortunate to be here, you and I. I haven't seen very many other cities personally, but everyone says so. Revachol is a rare jewel. This city used to rule the world, though it has seen better days.
There's a pause as she studies your expression. You must look quite lost.
Speaking of history, you know what year it is, yes?
It's the spring of 51. Sure, it's the year 973. All I know is we are approaching the end times. It's a bad year in my late 40s or 50s. I don't even know how old I am. That one.
There. The year is 51, and spring has only just started. I'm sure there are better days ahead.
The lieutenant studies you, rubbing his chin. I'm beginning to suspect that you might indeed be completely adrift in this reality, thinks the lieutenant. How can it be that bad? Never mind. We're in this now.
I can tell that this is taxing for you, so I'll just ask one more question. What regime are we living under? What mode of government?
Some kind of democracy, maybe. Or I'd like to think it's the dictatorship of the proletariat, but something tells me it's not, which I think I'm gonna have to choose. Our leaders are fierce warriors who traverse the plains on steeds. Civilization cowers before us. We are governed by intelligent machines that perform calculations to determine the freest market. Everyone hustles and grinds like a badass visionary. So, like, late stage capitalism, science fiction. Radios are being used to control people's minds and distort our perception of reality, concealing our true masters, foreigners and women. I want to say I'd like to think it's the dictatorship of the proletariat, but something tells me it's not.
Oh, sweetie. It's really not. There used to be people who thought that way. Other people who wanted those things, but they all went extinct.
What? You're telling me that communists went extinct? What the fuck happened? No way.
Revachol is a zone of control led by an alliance of foreign powers called the Coalition. We have almost no government of our own, and certainly no dictatorship of the proletariat.
Right, so we're... in some sort of colonial dynamic.
But they still have cops.
That's a good point. It's a good point. If there's no government, then how are there cops? If there's no government, how come there are cops?
Oh dear, this is troubling. You really ought to know that, being one yourself. There aren't any cops in Revachol. not in the traditional sense. The status of law enforcement has been a complicated matter since the revolution.
Ooh, the revolution, you say?
But we should stop for today, sweetie. You look like you need a break. Besides, I'm not the best person to explain the big things to anyone.
She's scared now. She's realized you really are brain damaged.
Well, what's scary about that? What is the revolution you mentioned?
A defeat, I'm afraid. The people of this archipelago tried to build something new, something different. The rest of the world didn't like it, so they came and ended it. This was 42 years ago.
Right, so we live in an archipelago that's ruled by a coalition of former powers, part of a so-called zone of control. Don't know what that means yet. Don't know anything about the coalition of powers. Don't know, like, what our kind of relationship to this sort of, like, I don't know, fucking NATO-ass situation is. I wonder, like, where in the world we are as well? Like, is this meant to be, like, are we in Europe or near Europe? I feel like that would be potentially my assumption if we're looking at, like, an Estonian, developer, but yeah, curious about that, like, whether it's supposed to be like that, but then if it's an archipelago, then that kind of, like, invokes other parts of the world for me. I don't know. What does that have to do with there not being any cops? Yeah, I think I'm more curious to say that than to say, but I'm a cop, whatever it was hasn't stopped me. Let's ask about the connection.
It has something to do with everything. I really don't know how to explain it better.
I'm just a poor woman, she thinks. What do I know of these things? And how can I help you?
So, how did I do?
You didn't do too well, dear. It does look like you're having trouble remembering things. History and places. Remembering reality, in a word. It's very odd.
A sigh. The lieutenant buries his nose in his notebook.
But maybe a fresh set of eyes is what the world needs. And while I'm no doctor, such bouts of amnesia are often temporary, so I wouldn't worry too much.
She means this sincerely. Worrying won't do you any good.
Yeah, it's interesting. I understand there's like a certain kind of narrative trope where, like, you being positioned as a character with, like, some kind of lack of knowledge about the world is something that kind of opens the narrative construction up in a particular way. So if you're positioned with a character who has amnesia, or maybe you're going to a foreign land for the first time, or maybe you're a child, then those sorts of scenarios can kind of offer you a scenario where the kind of world building discussions that you have are a bit more seamless, but it's also, like, you know, or they make more sense because it's like, oh, this person doesn't remember anything, or they don't know anything, so they're learning it for the first time, or they're learning it again after having forgotten it. So I think that's why that kind of thing is often a narrative tool. It also kind of, like, offers you a sense of mystery when a character has, like, amnesia or something, so there's, like, a mystery to be solved. So a character, like, being positioned as a character who has amnesia is often, like, a useful narrative tool in a lot of ways. But it also kind of, like, yeah, you're kind of in that, like, position of the fool, like, in the, you know, in terms of, like, the tarot understanding of narratives and how narratives are both linear and circular, and how you start from kind of a place of openness and adventure, but also foolishness and recklessness and a lack of knowledge. Yeah. Interesting. Who could tell me more?
Someone more educated in sweeping matters. Maybe you should ask.
She turns to the lieutenant.
No, I'm not an encyclopedia. I won't be a guide either. I'm a detective.
Of course. Then I don't know. Someone rich, maybe? Wealthy people are educated. Though I don't know where you would find a wealthy person in Martinez.
I shall not be asking her about her chair. I gotta get going now.
Of course, dear. Good luck with your case.
She gives you a small wave. Okay, it was an interesting conversation. Okay, so it looks like sorry, I'm just getting familiar with this menu. So in our journal we have tasks. So I've got to find my other shoe. Seems like your green snakeskin shoe is missing its partner. You should find it. Blah blah blah. Find smokes and smoke 'em. Find a pack, put it in your hand, and the smokes will do the rest. Interview cafeteria manager. Inspect victim's body in the backyard of Whirling in Rags. Report your badge missing to the 41st precinct. You can use the radio in the lieutenant's motor car. Get a reality lowdown. Rich people are educated. Try to ask a rich person about what's going on. Okay. And then in map... Okay, map information incomplete. I have to acquire a copy of the city map. Okay, fair enough. But then there's also... These are found white checks. Those on white are available to try now. I think... That's the mirror electrochemistry check that I didn't try because there would be no point. A sign reads, mess hall reserved for union members. Okay, interesting. Doors open at 4. 4 in the afternoon.
You should totally sing karaoke here, the first chance you get. Your emotions need to be expressed. People need to know your vast, oceanic soul.
Okay. My soul is immense. My soul is modest. It's normal-sized. My soul is puny. My soul's cubic content is obscured by the hangover. I'm gonna choose that one.
Of course, at this point, precise measurements of your soul can only be performed from the outside. It needs to.
Hi, Themborn. Welcome. Oh, hi, Hedden. Welcome to the stream.
Through a PA system.
My kind of voice that's coming from the dream world is telling me to sing karaoke right now.
By other people.
What should I sing when it comes to it?
You have not yet stumbled on the right lamentation, but it's out there. It'll come to you. You will wreak havoc with it. Don't worry.
Lamentation sounds good. They'll really get a gauge on my soul with that. Or I was thinking maybe I could sing something happy, get the people going. No, I mean, he seems very sad, so I think if the goal is to express emotion, then I think lamentation sounds good.
Serves them right. Wipe that smirk off their face with your sad, tragic song. Who's laughing now? No.
Okay, well that's not what I meant, but sure.
You have to find something tragic to sing first, though.
Okay, let's finish that thought.
You have not yet stumbled on the right lamentation, but it's out there. It'll come to you. You will wreak havoc with it. Don't worry.
Oh, I already made this choice. but...
Serves them. You have to find something tragic to sing first, though.
Sing karaoke. But I have to find a sad song on tape first. Okay.
A man in his late 20s with a thin, unimpressive beard notices you approaching. He drops the ledger he was holding and turns to the lieutenant.
Okay. Harsh.
Could he be irritated with you? He avoids eye contact altogether, like you're not even there.
Mr. Gart, right? You run this place.
The lieutenant glances into his little notebook.
Yes.
He responds tersely.
I am Kim Kitsuragi from Precinct 57. This is an inter-district investigation, so joining me from Precinct 41...
The Harbinger of Ruin. Seems a bit dramatic, no thanks. As I said, Detective Raphael Ambrosius Cousteau. I don't know if I'm going to stick with that, so I'm going to say... I'm currently in between names.
Fantastic.
It's like when you've left your band, but you haven't decided on a solo artist name yet. No. I'm just gonna... Kim is about to say something. Let him.
Right. Now, I know it took us a while to arrive at the scene. It also took you a while to call us and report the dead body. It was you who placed the call, yes?
No, I only just got here. It was probably Sylvie who called you. She usually works the bar here. I'm only temporarily taking over her duties.
Do you have her number?
As a matter of fact, I do.
He looks behind a pile of coasters, finds a slip of paper, and hands it to the lieutenant.
You said you just got here. From where? Are you a local?
What, of Martinez? No, I live in Jamrock. I only sometimes come here to keep an eye on the place. This is just one of the many, many cafeterias I manage.
What do you mean? You some kind of CEO?
But you still know your way around, yes? In case we need directions.
Obviously a CEO wouldn't be involved in managing various individual, like, branches in that way, so that was... But you know what I mean. Which is clearly that my brain is a sieve for business terms right now, but I just don't trust it.
Yes, I know where some things are, but as I said, I don't live here. I just used to work here, and I'm not going to start working here again, if that's what you think.
Like peak middle management, yeah. I don't know what a term for that is. Like, what's a manager that manages more than one branch? Is there like a term for that? I don't know.
I didn't imply that. Detective.
Who, me? What? Yes? Yes.
I have everything. You?
He looks at his little notebook. Oh, you mean do I have questions? Ask them. Let's ask some questions, yeah.
Yes, he means, do you have questions for me, like a police officer would?
The cafeteria manager is clearly agitated again. Why did Sylvie go away?
She went away because none of your business.
Fine.
Extra fine.
Where exactly is the body?
Behind this building, there's a courtyard. They hoisted him up on a tree there.
And how do we get to there, then?
That's easy. See that door there? First you exit through that. Then, to your right, you should see a big hole in the fence. A really big one. You can get to the courtyard through there. No need for the keys. The hole is big enough for the Franco-Nigerian cavalry to fit through.
Franco-Nigerian?
Does he want you to feel guilty of making that hole? It's implied in his voice.
I'm just wondering if that's implying like it's just a name for a different place, completely unrelated, or it's implying like French control of Nigeria. Who killed him?
I don't know who killed him. I'm not the police. That's your job.
Did you kill him?
What are you, crazy? Of course I didn't kill him.
What is your problem with me?
Why would I have a problem with you? You're a hero cop.
You're being sarcastic.
Am I? Or did you ride in, take the body down, solve the murder, and not trash my hostel room?
The dead body. I didn't actually get it down, did I?
You're right, you didn't. And it's only taken you 3 days not to.
What have I been doing all that time? Have you seen me around?
No, I haven't seen you around. I just got here, remember? Was there anything else?
That's all.
Let's go.
Not so fast. You owe me 130 real.
No one is saying the multi-pattern necktie you found tied to the ceiling fan can talk. No one. It must be merely imagination. But...
Let's bail! Time to push the eject button! Sounds like a responsibility! You don't like those!
What's real? This country you're in is very French. It's a melting pot, but mostly French. So, yeah, but like, is it kind of giving that like the country is France, or is a French colony, or the archipelago is like under colonial control of France, or has a history of colonial control of France, and then has like kind of a melting pot relation? Like, are we in our world and these are some made up places and they exist within the politics and history of our world, or is it like a completely made up world where some of the countries and locations are like analogous or like allegories for real places? I'm sure that will kind of like unfold as the game goes on, but those are the kind of questions that I have at the moment about some of the world building. Well, thank you for redeeming a hydrate. Thank you, Aeon. I don't know if he has any money, so I'm gonna try to do a savoir-faire check and slip away unnoticed.
One moment you're running like the wind, then you've suddenly turned around and are giving him the finger, furiously, with both hands. Why?
The lady in the wheelchair is right behind me, isn't she? Why did I do this? Why did I have to use both my hands to flip him off? Why both? It's a fictional location? Yeah, I get the feeling it's a fictional location, but I'm wondering like in what context? Like in a fictional world, or like a fictional city that exists within the real world. You know how sometimes people do something like that, like the city or the town or the country is fake, but it's still set in our world. This world is completely different to the one we know. Okay, thanks for the clarification, Lalin. So this, yeah, it's a completely fictional world. Okay, interesting though, because I'm getting the impression, I guess, that perhaps there will be something in relation to the world building that is riffing off of France's colonial relationship with other countries, obviously. The lady in the wheelchair is right behind me, isn't she?
That's true. Yes. And it's worrying. But let's not fixate on it. Look at that stupid bartender instead. He has no idea what's going on. You and your fuck you fingers floating in the air. Barkeep's got his mouth agape like an idiot. You showed him.
Why did I have to do this? Why did I have to use both my hands to flip him off? Why both?
Watch out!
Oh dear.
Everything goes dark.
Back so soon.
Oh my god, no. This did not need to happen. I gave no such commands to my body.
Those are mysteries of the spinal cord. The spinal cord has yet to reveal itself to you. Its mysteries are unholy mysteries.
Wow, there's more of you hidden? I'm so cool. Or, I don't know, that just kind of comes off as a lazy effort at reconceptualizing the antics of a shambling drunk. I'm gonna say that one.
If it comes off like that, it's because it is. And you are.
Yeah.
How's it going out there? Are the tiny apes screaming about money yet?
I think the tiny apes have started screaming, yes.
Did one of these tiny apes have a pale green face?
An old woman appears out of the blackness. What?
It's a joke, sweetie. I didn't actually think you saw the kind green ape of South Safra in a hostel in Martinez. That would be ridiculous. Are you okay?
No. You have sustained a trauma to your lower neck. In addition, you have strained your left trapezius muscle. Pain surges down your back when you move.
Ouch.
Ma'am, are you all right?
Oh, I'm fine. He just tripped over my chair. Check on him.
She looks at you with concern.
Sir, I didn't mean for this to happen. I'm sorry. This has always been a cop-friendly place.
Okay. Interesting. Yeah, I mean, I do think that me making that choice and the dynamics of, like, a cop, like, running away and trying not to, like, pay for whatever it is he owes him for is bad.
The drinks are on the house, okay? There were a lot of drinks on the tab. I still have to charge you for 3 nights and the broken window, though. That's 100 square.
Yeah, to be fair, I don't think he's done anything wrong. I think he has every reason to be annoyed at this fucking cop. So, I feel kind of bad now. Cool.
Not entirely cool. You still owe me 100 real. If you don't have it by tonight, I can't let you back up there.
Okay, well, that's not great. Even if I am a cop, kicking people out is not cool.
And for God's sake, watch out for yourself.
What a mess of a protagonist, truly.
By the way, where is home? The address is coming up blank, and this place sure isn't it.
I have no idea.
But you've been at this hostel cafeteria for only 3 nights. Where were you before? You had to be somewhere.
I don't know, near, south maybe, or far away, or up on Marvel Hill. Up on Marvel Hill.
Why did you say that?
Lieutenant Kitsuragi, do you know of a place called Marvel Hill?
No. But isn't that an expression, not a place?
an expression.
A saying, up on Marvel Hill, a great high place, one that is impossible to climb back to.
That doesn't sound like somewhere you can stay if you run out of money.
Right. Well, I'm just trying to speak in metaphors and lean into the weirdness, you guys. Come on. Stop asking me for logical answers to your questions. Could I trace the way back somehow to the exact street, the exact number of the building? Okay, well, I'm not gonna say that one, because I don't want to say the H word, but yeah. Could I trace the way back somehow?
You can try. Run some addresses in your head when you get the time. Maybe a street or an apartment will appear.
Okay. Cool, okay, so, I mean, I don't think he has any money, so probably we need to figure out where we live.
That sugary black rum stain on the counter makes you teary-eyed with joy. It's almost touching how syrupy and sticky it is. How long have you been up already?
I don't think it's a good idea to drink, so not now.
Oh, excuse me. Do you have something better to do than lust for sweet syrupy rum and lemonade? With a twist of lemon? Maybe lime? Maybe who cares? Just rum?
Finish thought. I don't think we should be drinking right now, man. Clearly you have a bad relationship with the drinking, you know? The door is bolted. A sign reads, "Kitchen reserved for personnel, 1 p.m. Zemborn says a certain memory is floating up about this guy of a famous animatic of dialogue from the game." Oh yeah? This is my first time playing it, so I don't really know anything about it. I've managed to kind of be mostly go into this with a pretty fresh experience. A heap of snow melts in the wheelbarrow. Okay. Let's talk to this person. Oh, the street sign reads, "Fuck the police." Yeah! Pigs go home. The street name is illegible. Okay, so we've got some anti-cop graffiti happening. But that's interesting, because, what's her name? The elderly woman said that there are no cops around anymore. So what's going on, you know? Okay, looks like we got a good amount of area to explore here.
Before you stands a motor carriage. The bodywork is covered in blue and white livery, bearing the number 57. Vapor emanates from the large engine on the back of the vehicle. It hasn't had time to cool off yet. This must be the infernal machine that tore you from oblivion.
What do you mean? Open the door.
In the cabin, you are welcomed by a set of steering levers, a radio microphone on a hook, a pull-out toolbox under the seat, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge.
Okay. Kim, what are we looking at? What is this machine?
This is the Kupris Kinema, my motor carriage. You can use the toolbox and the radio if you'd like.
He nods at the cabin.
Motor carriage, motor carriage. Something bad with a motor carriage. A dark lump rises in your throat.
What is this sinking feeling I have with the words motor carriage?
Nothing, nothing. It's probably nothing. Forget I brought it up. Please proceed with the carefree lollygagging.
This must be what woke me up when you arrived in Martinez, the infernal noise.
Yes, sorry about that. The Kupris Kinema does have a rather distinctive engine sound.
He says it with very badly concealed pride.
Just a guy in his car. Do all policemen in the RCM have such cool motor carriages?
The Caprice motorcar does provide most of our patrol vehicles, yes.
Can we turn it on and drive somewhere?
No, I'm afraid not. We have a murder case on our hands, remember?
Look around the cabin again.
In the cabin, you see a set of steering levers, a radio on a hook, a pull-out toolbox, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge. The frequency tableau lights up, and the green button labeled Prime Line glows like a feline eye. And then you hear something.
That's me picking up the radio.
The soft purr of electrical kittens. Radio waves cast far and wide over the metropolis. A woman's voice greets you through the static.
This is Precinct 57. Hello, Lieutenant. How may I assist you?
Yeah, a lot of French people in this game, guys. You know how I feel about the French. We'll see how things play out.
Hello, Alice. Please assist our colleague from the 41st Precinct here. I'm putting him on.
Hi, Alice. This is the officer from the 41st Precinct speaking. Nice to meet you.
This is Officer Alice Demetri, Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
Oh, yes. I had to report something, didn't I? Report your badge missing. Yeah, okay. Okay, maybe I can do a couple of things while I'm here, but let me report the badge first. Could you connect me to the 41st Precinct? I have something I need to report.
Just a second, officer.
She puts you on hold, the static crackling softly like a bonfire. After a while, you hear an old man greet you from the radio. His rattly voice is oddly familiar.
10-2, 10-5. This is 41st. Come in. Over.
A scrawny old man sits in a dusty cubicle, smoking, with a large white rectangle sewn on his vest. In front of him is a box-shaped apparatus with an array of wires and antennas. The radio switchboard.
Hi, this is me here. I work at your station.
10-4, what's your status? Over.
It's not good.
10-18, 10-20, over.
Please just talk human to me. These numbers mean nothing to me.
State your message, sir. Over.
I need to report my badge missing.
10-9, repeat message. Over.
My badge. I can't find it anywhere. Basically, it's gone.
10-4, message received. This is a very serious situation. I need to 10-22 the captain. Over.
Is it him? What does he want?
This is quite a funny situation. I do enjoy the way they're kind of like parodying the like police communications, but also like because nobody knows or remembers his name, like usually if you made that call, wouldn't it be like, oh, like what's your name, what's your like badge number, like things like that to try and locate the missing badge. But instead they're kind of leaning into writing it in like a strange way where nobody knows his name, he doesn't know his own name, but they're like talking as though they know who it is, and like can find the badge even though they don't know his name. I like it. It's just, yeah, I like it.
Says he lost his badge and needs to report it.
He what? He lost his badge?
Say nothing.
Who lost his badge? Dick fucking Mullen. Who do you think?
Oh, okay.
It's Officer Dick Mullen from the bestseller Dick Mullen and the Lost Identity.
He says, fighting off laughter. That's Jean Vicmar and Chester McLean talking.
Dick Mullen is not your name. It's the name of a fictional detective who would not lose his badge.
Right, okay.
Defend yourself. Immediately. They're laughing at you.
Haha, officer has lost his badge. Haha, like I'm the first cop to ever misplace his badge.
He says this has probably happened to other policemen before him and laughs sarcastically.
Oh god damn it. Is he fucking kidding? The whole station's gonna be dicked for this.
Satellite Officer Vikmar is wondering if you might be joking and adds that this tarnishes the reputation of the entire station. Over.
Mullen dicked us.
Can't we just move on? I want to get it reported and be done with it.
10-4, I hear you, officer. I'm just going to make a note here that you are in pursuit of your misplaced badge. Over.
Fuck me. Mac, come here. You've got to hear this. Dick Mullen lost his badge.
Is he from New York? Fuck me, Mac. Come here. You've got to hear this. So my bad New York accent to match his bad New York accent.
What's going on? Super Cop here lost his badge.
He lost his what now? His badge. He lost his goddamn fucking badge.
Could you all please just stop saying lost his badge for a moment?
He asks you to please stop saying he lost his badge.
Why? Did he find it?
The room at the other end of the line erupts in volcanic laughter.
Sergeant Orson was wondering if you found your badge yet. Over.
You don't have a comeback. Sorry. It's hard to think like this.
Say nothing.
He's not replying. Looks like he's still looking for it.
You can hear laughter in the background. Enough with this now. I have other things to discuss.
10-9, come again. I didn't get that. Over.
The animated conversation in the back is making it difficult for him to hear you.
New heights even for Captain Sober.
Ask him. Ask him if he's lost his gun, too.
The room roars with laughter.
Sergeant Orson wants to know if you lost your gun too. Over.
Check your pockets. Check your... Holy fuck. You don't know where it is, do you?
Oh god, it's not here.
Okay, it's gone. Your gun is most definitely gone.
Don't sweat it, Bratan. You don't need a gun to have fun. We can still have fun. It's not all over.
God, I'm so glad I got the horrific necktie, huh?
10-9, come in, officer. Did you get my question? We were wondering about your gun. Over.
Let's do a drama check. Convince them that you didn't lose your gun.
Even before you can get the words out, everything gets scrambled in your brain.
No, of course I didn't lose my fun. Gun! Fuck it, I didn't lose my gun.
He says he didn't lose his gun. Or his fun, whatever that means.
Ask him to describe it. His gun. Not his fun. Just the gun will do.
Satellite Officer McLean requests a description of your weapon. Over.
Oh, request a description, huh? We'll give him one. Describe the plasma gun.
I don't fucking know anything about the plasma gun. For starters, it's massive, got flared cooling vents along the front and hydrogen flasks sticking out too. It's a gun, what can I say? A regular goddamn murder weapon, you know how they are. Bang, bang. Look, I don't have it, alright? I don't have my gun. Okay, I'm gonna whisper to Lieutenant Kim, what are you packing?
It's a single-shot kill A9. An armistice, to be precise.
It's a single-shot armistice kill A9, over.
Says it's a kill 9mm armistice.
Armistice? What, is he a fucking... Clearly he doesn't have his Villiers anymore.
Dear God, he lost his gun? Oh my, I can't.
This isn't really a laughing matter.
Mac can face a giant of Coco Nur by himself, but Disco here made him piss his pants.
Oh, I can't. Fuck. He lost his... Ask him if he's still got his wiener.
I'm not going to.
Ask him.
Sergeant Orson here is wondering if you are still in possession of your genitalia. Over.
I left it at his mama's after I fucked her asshole. I'd tell him that. Okay, well, that's moderately funny, but it's also like very, you know, like men being men vibes and being like fragile and pathetic, so I don't really want to say that. I don't need to listen to this. Firewalker out. Turn off radio.
The silence is almost deafening after you flick off the switch, severing the connection.
That did not go well. I guess the important thing is that you followed protocol and reported your lost items. Did we need anything else here?
Pull out the pull-out toolbox.
A metallic drawer slides out from under the seat and clicks into place. The tools inside are neatly organized.
Take what you need, officer. It's going to be a long case. I'm not protective of my tools, like some men are.
He's clearly a little protective of his tools. But what can you do? Work is work.
Well, I don't know what we need yet. So he's got the red-tipped pry bar, rubber-handled chain cutters, and a hand-cranked flashlight. I don't know what we need yet, and I assume we can come back here, so...
Nest. Preheater gauge casts a warm glow on the steering levers and the radio on its hook. The white suede feels luxurious under the touch, and the metal clutch handle so very familiar in your palm. As you tap on the gauge, the indicator pin jerks as if startled. It's in the large orange sector, indicating the engine is warm. Next to the gauge is a red switch labeled heat.
There's no use pressing the heat button. It won't start without the ignition key.
Translation. We're not going anywhere right now. Alternative translation. Don't even think you can drive my MC.
Okay, cool. Let's leave for now. Sure, we can come back here later if we need some tools. Good to know that that's a thing. Okay, cool. So... we reported our badge missing. Call Sylvie using Kim's shortwave to ask whether she made the call. Okay, let me go back to the car and let's call Sylvie.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge.
Radio.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
I need you to connect me to a civilian, a Sylvie. She may have reported a murder.
Of course. What is her number, officer?
Kim, didn't Gart give you Sylvie's number?
Yes, hold on. Her number is 005 1944 298.
Received. Hold on, officer.
He's a blank slate that's dented and maybe got some vomit on the slate. Yeah, that's a good description of this character. For sure. Wait patiently.
Lieutenant Kitsuragi slowly begins to tap a little rhythm with his right foot. Quite a lot of time has passed.
Officer, I have Sylvie Malaika on the line for you.
Nice.
Yes, hello?
A female voice greets you through static. It sounds like she's a million miles away from here. Hello, this is the police calling. I have some questions for you about your last days at work. Or, Sylvie, I believe we've met before. This is me, a detective from the Whirling in Rags. I don't know anything about us meeting before, so I'm just gonna say, hello, this is the police calling. I have some questions for you about your last days at work.
Oh, right. Hello, officer. What can I do for you?
She recognizes your voice almost immediately.
You can hear resentment in her tone. She's not thrilled to be talking to you again. There is no resentment in her tone. She wants you to ask her out. No question about it.
Wow, that's funny. So that's quite interesting. So it's like two different aspects having conflicting opinions. So empathy is saying she doesn't, which is obviously the part of you that's like connecting with other people, reading what might be going on with other people, is saying that she doesn't want to be talking to you again. And then electrochemistry, which I think is the one that's basically about your like desires and addictions, is saying that she wants to ask you out, which I think is incredibly far-fetched and stupid. So we will not be flirting with her. That's inappropriate and ridiculous. You quit your job at the Whirling. Why?
You mean, why did I leave the bar? Honestly, I'm not really comfortable discussing it with you, sir.
Why aren't you comfortable discussing it with me?
Let's just say I left because I needed to get away from someone.
Get away from whom?
You know whom.
You think you hear a sliver of accusation in her words. Don't be paranoid. She's obviously talking about someone else, not you.
It wouldn't make any sense for it to be him because, like, he doesn't work there, or he isn't, like, permanently... You know what I mean? Like, he's just been there for a few days. So, I don't think it makes any sense. Alright, I won't push you on this. Are you ever coming back to work?
Maybe, I don't know. I just know I have to take some time off right now.
Was it you who called the police?
No, not me.
But why didn't you call? Didn't a corpse behind your workplace bother you?
What? Of course it bothered me. But I thought the union already knew about the corpse.
What does this union have to do with anything?
No one calls the police. The union would get angry.
Yeah, I mean, fair enough. I'm curious about, like, who the union are and stuff exactly, but, not calling the police is something I support, so...
You know, what the union says goes. People listen to them and they take care of their own, which is like everyone here.
Interesting. Really, really interesting. Okay.
Garbage.
Wait, Kim. Lower your microphone. Is she speaking truth? The union is the law around here?
Legally, no. In reality, yes. Martinez is de facto police by the dock workers union.
Okay, the dock workers union. Okay. Really interesting. And the union are enemies of the police, which, you know, makes a lot of sense in the sense that, you know, the police are kind of arms of the state that protect capital and not the interest of the workers. I wish that all unions were that good politically, because there are many trade unions that, like, don't have those sorts of politics about the police and, like, will collaborate with the police, which is really shitty. But that's interesting. But then also describing it as, like, the dock workers union is the police is different from how she described it, which is people listen to the union and they take care of their own. So those are two very different ways of describing the situation, which is really interesting because, like, as an abolitionist and stuff, a lot of the time, like, when we're talking about, like, what are alternatives to the police, under, like, an abolitionist framework, then it's usually, I mean, abolition is about both kind of abolishing systems of harm which kind of create the violence which leads to people's incarceration, as well as abolishing the prison system and the system of policing. So it kind of operates on multiple fronts in that regard, and as, like, in terms of, like, short-term alternatives to policing that people suggest, so it's like, in XYZ scenario, what can you do instead of calling the police? And there are definitely, like, resources out there on stuff like that which are worth checking out. Go to organizations like Abolitionist Futures and stuff like that. But usually, like, the idea is about, like, building kind of community care and building skills within our community of, like, crisis management, de-escalation, things like that. Of course, the police are always an escalation rather than a de-escalation of a situation, and usually contribute more violence and more harm to a situation. So how can we manage these situations without the police. But the way that Kim is articulating it is the union is the police. So I'll be pretty curious to see what is actually going on there.
Words are not necessary to feel the lieutenant's discontent for the situation.
Business unions in it. Yeah, that's right, Hen. Yeah, some unions are traitors, it has to be said. Okay, what are my options? I am the authority around here. Don't want to say that. Looks like there's a limit to my authority then. Tell me why exactly did you let a corpse hang in your own backyard for weeks instead of calling us? I'm not going to push her on that. I see. Maybe there's something else you can tell me about?
I don't know what to tell you, officer. I didn't call you because I didn't want to get in trouble with the others. With the union. I'm sorry about that.
Yeah, that's fine. Do you know... that's literally fine. Good for you. Do you know who made that call? Me playing as a cop, but I, the player, am anti-cop. Is always a fun time. Do you know who made that call?
No, sorry. I don't. Not a lot of people have phones around here. Copper thieves take the wires. People don't have the money to have the cables put in again. They use the union's phone, or the one on the coast.
It was someone else. We'll find them sooner or later, officer. It just might take a while.
Yeah, go on.
Why not ask her about the badge and gun? Have you seen my badge?
Yes, I know who you are. You're a police officer. The law.
My badge is missing. Have you seen it anywhere?
Oh, no, I haven't, sorry.
Real policemen have uniforms too, by the way. Where's yours?
Kim doesn't have a uniform and he seems real to me.
He's in plain clothes, voluntarily. It's different from not knowing where your uniform is. There are officers who wear the signature Perseus black uniforms to the highest ranks in the RCM and end up buried in them as well. Others do it more casually. Looks like you're one of them.
I think I got everything I need, thanks. Let's stop worrying about this. Let's stop harassing this poor woman.
I do hope so. Please, don't call me again. Bye.
Wait, why does she seem angry with you? Empathy check.
Yes, you have obviously done something to upset her at the Whirling in Rags, when she was still working there.
Wait, before you go, you're mad at me, right? Tell me, what did I do? I can't remember anything.
I'm not mad, it's just... You were so drunk and so emotional all the time, and then the skua thing happened. It just made me want to quit.
What skua thing?
The stuffed bird. The great skua. You threw it against the wall while screaming, "Fuck that bird," and laughing like a maniac. I think you said it had been giving you shit ever since you got there.
This sounds like me, alright. This doesn't sound anything like me. I love birds. Bitch bird got what was coming to her, or why do I always end up screwing everything up? I'm gonna say that one.
It was a pretty bird. There since I started working in Whirling. I really liked her. We call her Scotty.
There's genuine sadness in her voice.
So you're telling me that I was the one who made you want to quit?
Yes, obviously. You were the worst client I've ever seen. And I have seen so many assholes in this place. I've had sailors fighting, union guys grabbing my ass, kids stealing booze. Once a guy was glued to the karaoke machine every night for 2 months. But you...
That sucks. That really sucks. It's also worth noting the mention of union guys grabbing her ass. Like, you know, I think it seems like it's something that might come up more in the stream. There are critiques to be had about trade unions and the politics of trade unions, certain trade unions and other trade unions, and also the fact that trade unions are great, but they're only kind of like one mode of workers' struggle, and sometimes I think people are over-invested in them as like the only mode of worker struggle, which is just not really feasible. But also, you know, there are a lot of issues within classical trade union organizing, like in Europe and the United States and North America, with things like misogyny and racism and things like that, which is really shitty, and often it comes down to like within the union, the kind of people, the kind of members the union might have, what the politics of the union are, like whether people are like ostensibly left-wing but are hostile to quote-unquote identity politics, when it's like actually, you know, people kind of bringing a holistic analysis of global imperialism and capitalism by identifying that they are inseparable from race and gender. Things like that. So that really sucks. I'm very curious to learn more about the situation with this union, and its like role in this town. Hen says, what was it that Rosa Luxemburg said of the TUC? Something like the trade unions of the UK are just as much part of the British state as any other institution, or words to that effect. Wow. Damn, Rosa. Yeah, I mean, some are alright. Some are not alright. It's complicated. It's complicated. Go on, I want to know what I did.
Well, you were worse than all of them. Honestly, you were getting borderline aggressive. Even about little things like not turning down the volume at 3 a.m. I even liked one of those songs you kept listening to on repeat. No more. I hate it now. We Go On by the O.O. I can't listen to it anymore. You've turned it into a parody.
Sorry about the song.
To hell with that song. Then there was your room. Your project. An experiment to see how bad it can get in there. I tried to send the cleaner, but you wouldn't let me. Threatened to make me understand. I had no idea what you meant, and I don't want to know. And then screamed something about how you're a piece of shit human being, and why does anyone even let you work as a policeman? That you'd fire yourself, but you can't even do that.
Oh, he's very, BoJack Horseman in that way, isn't he? Although, one of the fascinating things about BoJack Horseman has always been that in the 5th season, the character that he plays, that he finally starts getting career recognition for, is a policeman, and the character and him as a person are kind of like being paralleled in the way that they kind of perceive themselves as... Hi, Layla. That's my cat. Off camera. You can hear her meowing, maybe. Like, they hate themselves, they, like, think they're such a shit human being, like, blah, blah, blah. But then... Hi, Layla. But they never actually kind of, like, stop and address these, like, cycles of violent behavior, or, like, try to properly get help for their addictions, because, I don't know, it's, like, feeling that bad about yourself is, like, punishment enough, but it's, like, you don't actually stop hurting other people. And, like, the harm that you do to other people is, like, very, very gendered, like, because, like, women are disproportionately, like, the targets of that, like, violence. Yeah, it's kind of giving BoJack in that sense, and of course BoJack is, like, an alcoholic, and that's, like, a big part of the story. Layla, I can't see chat. I need to see chat. Yes, I think I knew that you were a union organizer, yeah. The criticism from me comes from a place of being inside it all. Yeah, totally. I mean, I've, definitely had my own experience working and organizing in unions as well, and it's like, I think that they are great. I think that they're an important part of workers' struggle, but there are a lot of issues that we need to address, and also we need to recognize that trade union organizing is like one part of the picture kind of thing. So it's all like constructive criticism to get us to a better place, I hope. I'm just gonna apologize. I'm sorry.
And then I had to deal with your toilet. The one you clogged with police documents, causing water damage downstairs in the kitchen. I won't even mention you waving your gun around, harassing customers, threatening to sing karaoke, threatening to kill yourself.
Wait, police documents?
The ones I had to wrench out of your toilet.
What happened to them?
Damn it, I don't remember what I did to your damn papers. I don't remember every little thing I do.
Resentment gives way to concern in her voice.
Especially when there's a hurricane loose. It's your fault for losing them, not mine.
Something in you wants to immediately forget about this, as if there was a reason you threw them away.
Okay, I get it. I wasn't a very good tenant.
No, you really weren't. You were simply the worst.
I'm truly sorry for everything, Sylvie. I was trying to show you the end of the world tomorrow, the great panic at the end. Well, fuck that. Well, you're the worst tavern wench I ever seen. Also fuck that. Girl, just loosen up a little. Don't you have a party? Also fuck that. Ha, I don't even know what to say. Okay, obviously I'm going to say I am truly sorry for everything, Sylvie.
God, I knew I shouldn't have brought it up. Just try not to call me again, and let's pretend it never happened.
What else did I sing besides the OO? I'm looking for a song.
All sorts of things. From disco, rock too. So much disco and rock.
Disco Elysium. Maybe you can help me identify this one particular song.
Which one would that be?
One that was really sad.
Sad? I think the one you mean is the smallest church in Saint-Saëns. Butchered that right up.
Her voice carries a tone of disappointment.
Interesting. You still have to find it, however.
Right. Thank you for talking with me. Take care.
You hear a sigh of relief on the other end of the radio. Wordless, the call breaks. Then, the already familiar voice.
Anything else I can help you with, officer?
I'm done with the radio for now.
57's over and out.
In the cabin, you see a set of steering levers, a radio on a hook, a pull-out toolbox, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge.